Now let's take a look at the FX exotics. Exotics are the way smaller pairs, not really heavily traded. They're more so pairs that are more so for exchange at currency rates. If you're traveling to an exotic country, you're probably going to be exchanging that rate. That's what that currency exchange or that pair is there for. Now there are instances where some pairs are heavily traded, and there's a lot of volume in there, meaning there could be a lot of in and out moves. And if they are trending, if they are volatile enough to be exploited, and if there's enough liquidity, then you can get in and out of trades. And one way to find out is to check on their spreads to see how tight their spreads are. So using Osprey FX as a benchmark kind of tool, we'll be going down to exotics, the FX exotics, and you can see here that they're kind of all over the place. There's some like the Russian, the USD ruble. This is not really traded right now, hence the color is not changing, and the spread is just enormous. It's just huge. To get a better idea on some of the smaller spreads, you can look at Euro NOK. That's a fairly decent spread there, as well as Euro SGD. That's a fairly decent spread. NOK SEK. So it looks like the Norwegian, Hong Kong, DKK. I want to call this Donkey Kong, but yeah, they're fairly all over the place per se. And you also want to look at the change in spreads per second, or per order. Every time an order is filled, how much is there a significant change in spread, or is it a minor change? So let's see here. Let's go with this one, just because I saw this one recently changed. 42 to 44, so like a 2 pip change in spread. So keep that into account. Around 41, what else is there? Excuse me. So we got, let's look at this one. There's 38, this is USD. Let's see what's the next one. 31, so big difference there in spreads. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the exotic pairs. They are very volatile. Spreads can change in an instant, and this is where it shows if a broker is highly liquid or not, looking at their minor spreads, their exotic spreads. You've seen in the minors and the majors, a lot of the spreads with brokers are fairly similar, meaning, okay, well, in those spreads or in those pairs, there's a lot of liquidity. There's a lot of liquidity providers. But in the exotic spreads, let's see what type of liquidity providers we have, what type of market we have with these brokers. So this one is fairly interesting. I like this one personally, to look at the exotic ones to see, okay, which one really stands out. So this one offers a lot of pairs. As you can see, there's quite a few pairs to choose from. Next, we'll look at eToro, some of the exotics that they have, USD NOK. So around 20 pips. This seems to be set. So this is again, eToro offers fixed spreads. And just a reminder, spreads are the difference between bid and ask prices. The tighter the bid and ask prices are to each other, the tighter the spread and the better it is for you at the end of the day. You want a tight spread in order to take advantage and keep more of your gains and pay less of your losses to the broker. Euro SEK, 30 pips. So this seems about fairly fixed and fairly sort of linear or close together, around between 20 to 30 pips. So this is not bad, except for a few outliers, 120 pips. They don't offer too many pairs in terms of what's out there, 1,000 pips for a USD ruble, if that's even traded. Yeah, so the options are fairly decent. Let's look at the next one, Avatrade. Oh, and sorry, for eToro, how you get there, trading, fees, and then you'll end up here, and then go on over to CFDs. Once you go to CFDs, it'll show you the pairs. For Avatrade, we're going to be going to trading info, Forex pairs, and it'll take you here. These guys also offer fixed spreads. Their spreads do not change. They're fixed, meaning they just stay constant. And what you see is what you're going to be paying for spread at all times. Okay, and let's see some of the exotic ones that they have. Euro DKK around 15, okay. Euro HUF around 20, 30 for Euro NOK. Let's look at what Euro NOK was for this one. 3.2. So you can see this spread is a lot tighter so far. Osprey offers some pretty competitive spreads, right off the bat or on the forefront. Get on some of the other ones, 40. So they're a bit on the higher side, Avatrade, as well as eToro. eToro, Avatrade, fairly similar. Let's look at Thor FX, the Asgardians. What does Asgard have? FX Exotics, so we can see here. I'm assuming, based on the last few, it might be similar to Osprey, which they seem like they are. Fairly similar, kind of all over the place on some, but fairly similar. I want to see the difference in spreads. So we got 830, and looking at this one in particular, Euro TRY. What is Euro TRY here? Euro TRY, 822. So fairly similar for the most part. So these are the spreads for Thor. Let's see how they change every second or when an order is filled. Let's see. So this also tells you how many orders are kind of being filled. If you don't see a lot of movement, it means not too many orders are being filled, or maybe not enough to move price. Maybe the smaller orders are being filled at these pairs. So for the most part, fairly similar to Osprey. Next, we'll look at Octa FX. You go to FX Trading, Spreads and Conditions, and you end up on this page here. They don't offer too many in terms of their spreads. Question is, why is this one? So right now, it looks like we're seeing a lot of shares, but it's not what we want to see. Oh, there we go, near the bottom. Okay. Here we go. So looks like we got, let's see, where are the exotics? So these guys don't offer too many exotics. They're mostly on the major and minors. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, not many exotics offered by Octa. So they mainly are in the major and minor pairs in terms of currencies. Okay, FX View, we're going to be looking at, these guys have been offering really tight spreads in terms of both the majors and minors. Let's see how they are with the exotics. Go to the next page. Okay, pound ZAR looks like around 83, I would assume. 83 pips relative to, what did Osprey offer if they had pound? Okay, these guys don't have pound. Okay, so it's from the first part. FX View offers more spreads, more variety of spreads to choose from. They offer a big library, a catalog. Pound, DKK, around, see, look at that difference. So from 25 to, let's see, now it won't change because I hovered over it. But 25, okay, so roughly around 25 to 16, okay? So really big difference in spreads when it comes to exotics, a lot more volatile. In fact, if you play, there are instances where if you play your cards right, or if you know how to trade, I don't know how, so I have no idea, find out from someone who does, you can make money just off the spreads alone, the spread differences, if you play it well. And then, yeah, so for the most part, Euro SEK, around 43, 47. Okay, so they're a bit all over the place as well, but in terms of variety, FX View offers a wider variety of spreads. However, if they're tight, are they tight though to trade? Around 35 for pound HUF, Euros ZAR, 158. What is Euros ZAR here? If Euro, around 67. So big difference. Yeah, big difference in terms of the exotics. So far, it looks like Osprey offers some pretty competitive spreads. FP markets, how you get there is through trading spreads. You end up on this page here. So let's see. Okay, this is an exotic. This one is not offered on any other one. Botswana Pula. Wow, very tight spreads. This is actually really tight. 1.8. That's pretty good. So you get a mixed bag of these of pairs. Okay, Euro 111. Okay, so that's a bit off out there. 6. Okay, so that's all right. Singapore dollar, that's SGD. Yeah, just give you a heads up on what the difference is. Euro PLN 36. So these guys are also all over the place. Yeah, they're a bit all over, but that's how you find the spreads. That's how you look for the spreads for the most part on these guys. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that gives you an idea on what kind of spreads to look for, where to find these spreads, the sort of the importance of spreads, how you can incorporate spreads into your trading. It depends a lot on your strategy. the time horizon you're trading. What type of profit targets are you looking for? Are you looking for percentage? Are you looking for pips? Dollar amount profit targets? It all varies based on those factors. But spreads play an important role in determining how you take out your profits, how you calculate your loss and risk management. So hopefully that helps.